Hi and welcome to Hoxton Therapy. This is a narration of one of our articles. Counsellors in London. For anyone who is looking to engage in a more positive and optimistic quality of life, undergoing therapy is one of the best places to start. However, talking therapy and counselling are often shunned as a means of personal development purely on the basis that it's seen as weak to talk. The stigma, though, is built upon unproven and unhelpful traditions that we need to escape. If you want to balance the supposed cons of talking to someone against the pros of what opening up to the wider world can mean, then here are some benefits of seeing one of our counsellors in London. Letting go. One of the best parts of such an experience is that it can be quite cathartic. You have a lot of emotion and energy built up inside you, and it would be good to release it. Doing so can be hard outside going to a counsellor in London, but now you can enjoy the feeling of simply letting go. That release can open up parts of your mind that you'd simply forgotten about. Develop coping strategies. Coping is hard, it's just a fact. Life is hard as well. The sooner that you accept that the challenges that lie ahead of you in life are there, the sooner you can build up a long-term plan to handle and cope with the problems ahead. Developing a high-quality coping strategy is hard work, but you can very easily get over the problems if you just take the right look and work with a counsellor in London to overcome such issues. Share the load. Hey, life is tough, and there is no shame in finding life tough. Instead, you can share the burden with those who care for you the most, and let each of you take a little bit of the load off your backs and take on the world. This leaves you feeling far less emotionally drained and thus more likely to make a positive impact on the world around you. Sharing the load and reaching out is one of the bravest things that you can do, and it has many long-term benefits. Looks better, think better, feel better. You'll feel that though the change and the alteration that counsellors in London bring, that you will be going through a period of alteration and almost like a metamorphosis. You will be much more likely to feel comfortable about who you are and what you can achieve in life, and you will be much more likely to accept what you need to change. This will make you physically look healthier as you will lift a massive load from your shoulders, instead enjoy a nice life. That can have its own unique power and create a perpetual cycle of positivity. Increase self-awareness. Another wonderful benefit of undergoing this kind of planning is that you will become far more self-aware. Rather than always looking outside your own bubble to find the root cause of a problem, you will be much more likely to find it around you and in your mind. It's going to make it harder to make adjustments without blaming others, but the long-term benefits will leave you feeling much more aware of your limits in life. Changing views. Another positive benefit of engaging with counsellors in London is opening yourself up to more humane perspective. Changing views is a very easy once you stop only listening to yourself. As a counsellors in London is free from bias and judgment of the situations that you're in, for that reason they often make the best choice for anyone who is open to changing views and making drastic change to the ways that you live. It can really make a big difference to your wider worldview. Change yourself. Not only does counselling ask you to look deeper inside for your answers, but it demands that you confront your negative sides. It will make you challenge views that you have long held, and make you more likely to look inward instead of outward to find where the blame may lie. You are not always to blame, of course, but you can't possibly never be to blame. Counsellors in London help it too easy to appreciate that, face it and own it. Find support. You now know that you can get help, and that is a unique feeling. You will likely feel alone and without any kind of meaningful love, support and joy in your life at one stage. Counsellors in London, though, can help you overcome such negativity and instead realise that a body of support does exist. There are people who care and people who desperately want to listen as well. Enjoy neutrality. Trying to solve problems within a group is very hard. internal bias, and relationships all end up making it hard for you to get the kind of answers that you need from those who love and trust. This breeds conflicts, which will in time make it hard for you to get over the same issues altogether. With Counsellors in London presence, though, both parties enjoy a sense of neutrality and a voice of reason outside the bias. As you might imagine, all of these factors can have an astoundingly positive effect on where you next go in life. You should begin to feel a sense of lasting liberation as you begin to overcome the very problems you have held you back until now. It can be hard to do, of course, but it is by no means impossible if you are happy to put the effort to get there. Counsellors in London are literally here to help make sure you can become a happier person overall. Not only will it play a telling role in making sure that you can make the changes that you need to the way that you think, but you will always find that it does a lot for other aspects of how you act and react later in life. Hi, we hope you enjoyed that narration of one of our articles on our website, hoxtontherapy.com. As usual, we have our podcast which answers your question, and the name of the podcast is the Ask Hoxton Therapy Show. You can ask us questions on social media and we will answer those questions in upcoming either video content, and of course when our video content's done, our podcast content audio is done as well. So stay safe out there. It's COVID-19 at the moment. Till next time, goodbye. Never act on any advice given in these articles, videos or audios. Always seek professional help before acting on anything you read or watch or listen to on this website, or in our podcast, or on our YouTube channel, or anywhere on our social media.